Well, I'm excited to be interviewing my friend Tom from Newcastle. So, Tom, would you tell us a little bit about who you are and your church? And then I have a specific thing that I'm excited, super excited for our worship tribe to get a glimpse of one of your ideas that you trialed. But first, who are you for people that don't know you?
I'm Tom. I'm an assistant pastor at Life Vineyard Church. I'm also a freelance journalist and photographer. I'm also a lover of bright clothing, as you can see. And I think I've been in the vineyard 7 years this year. So I studied, I came to Newcastle for university 15 years ago. Married my wife Hannah. We have two little Geordie daughters, which is something that intimidates me greatly. And we walked in the door at Vineyard 7 years ago, and now I'm an assistant pastor.
Brilliant. Brilliant. And the thing that I really want you to share with us is in this season of our lockdown life of trying to figure out ways to lead people into worship, maybe even innovating and experimenting with some new ideas. You recently tried something and it seems to me like it worked. And I thought it might be helpful for other people to hear about it and for us to continue to share ideas and spark more ideas off of each other. So, what was this idea? What did you do? What happened?
Well, for those people that know me, I love to think up just ideas and try new stuff. And as you can see behind, we decided to redecorate our wall in lockdown. We might have to paint over it again, but I've been thinking about how we could continue to foster creativity in our church and in our sort of group of creatives in a really weird time when we can't be together. And we're a multi-site church, and one of our sites is a community centre. And before any of COVID started, we thought about doing exhibition space and all that sort of stuff, and then obviously a lot of that's been paused. And so I can't really tell you where the idea came from. It was probably God, because I think it was quite a good one, so not me. And I just thought, with Zoom, could we do something where we gathered creative people together and just did our thing on Zoom and encouraged each other through doing it, and also drawing worship into it. So we've been doing Sunday evening worship sets since lockdown. So Sunday just gone, instead of that, we basically invited everyone in the church who was creative to join us on Zoom and to do whatever it was they wanted to do on screen, so we could see each other, and then at the end we could share what we'd done. And so we just said, if you draw, if you paint, if you bake, if you write, if you play, we just wanted to cast it out as far and as wide as we could. And I think we had maybe sort of 16, 17 people come, and Jeff, who's the worship pastor, and we were leading it. To be honest, we hadn't really sort of planned what we were going to do, but we'd asked some other people if they could play whilst we were doing it. So we had some lovely piano music played, and some other guys sung, and we had some people come who sort of introduced themselves as not being creative, which we know isn't true, but they just came to watch and to rest in God's presence, which was really lovely. Lasted about an hour and a half, and then just every so often we paused and people would share what they were doing. Someone was embroidering.
Really?
Yeah, people writing, journaling, painting. It just was like a really sweet atmosphere. We didn't really have an agenda, and then at the end I asked everyone to send me in photos or quotes of what they've written, and we just put together a little video just to share with the church, and it was great. And we really believe, here in Newcastle, that we're here to serve and bless the city. And I really feel that arts is a big part of that. How do we redeem culture? Well, the church needs to be present in the arts. And I think this is a way that we can continue to build momentum until we can get back to some more, normal times.
And what was the response of the people that participated? Were they so excited to get to do their thing, to participate in something instead of just watch someone else do something on screen?
Well, I think as creatives, as much as we enjoy doing our thing, we also love to interact with people as we do it, or get feedback, for better or for worse. That's, I think, part of our makeup. And so I think Well, I thought we'd have like 5 or 6 people. So the fact we had, you know, sort of 15, 16 was really encouraging, you know, to see that there was a like a desire to be involved. And as I say, we hadn't really sort of planned out, but it just seemed to sort of flow naturally into it. You know, people sharing what they were doing, people, and again, people that I had no idea were creative,
Mm,
or I had no idea that people could do the things that they were doing. And so we're already thinking about planning the next one and how we could maybe, you know, I don't know, grow it or change it. Maybe we don't need to change it. Maybe it will just be the same format. But I think the more we do, the more it will help foster that spirit. I mean, I know it's a well-known passage, but at the start I read about Bezalel, you know, who
mm,
I think he's the first or one of the first people who is
yep,
filled with God's spirit, and he's an artist, you know, and so
yep.
it felt so appropriate, you know, and it says in Exodus that God filled him with the Spirit of God, with ability and intelligence, with knowledge and all craftsmanship. So
Mm,
that was it. We invited God's Spirit to come, and we just wanted to glorify Him
mm,
through our gifts, and that's why we tried to make it as broad as possible. Again, because
mm,
you know we had someone baking a cake and
mm.
someone embroidering, so that was great as well, because again you can think of painting or drawing as maybe the more stereotypical
Mhm.
artsy thing, so that was great to see.
Fabulous. Well, I'm really excited to hear what happens next and what the fruit of this is. And I suppose my desire would be to encourage others to try something you haven't done before. So well done, Tom and Jeff and your team for taking a risk and trying something new and different. And I'm really excited about seeing more creativity in this season and the arts in general sort of awakened in our movement in a new way. And if you are an artist who is not musically inclined, we would love to hear from you at Vineyard Worship. We would love to know what is stirring in your heart. And we just want to say to you that you have a place in our movement. And I think I'm super encouraged to hear that there are local churches actually stepping into that place and encouraging the artists in their community to step up, to step forward. So I'm excited about what's coming. Thank you
If
so
for
much,
whatever
Tom.
reason people don't have something like this going on near them, then come and join
Oh,
us,
cool.
get in
That's
touch with me.
brilliant.
Anyone's
That
welcome. Just
that's brilliant.
yeah, it's tom@lifevineyard.church. Drop me a line and we'll keep you in the loop, because yeah, it's not just for us, it's for anyone.
Fantastic. Thank you for extending that welcome. That is brilliant. Thank you so much, Tom. Really great to hear from you.